I started to think that I should probably talk to you rather than play, because we only have like half an hour for my meeting, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. Dobry wieczór wszystkim, witam serdecznie na moim cotygodniowym spotkaniu, choć od kilku tygodni go nie było, ponieważ byłem w Norwegii na trasie koncertowej. Tutaj będę głównie mówił po angielsku, ale Polaków zapraszam na Facebook za pół godziny. O godzinie 9 otwieram moje spotkanie z moimi kochanymi fanami na moim fanpage'u na Facebooku, a więc tam będę mówił po polsku. So, yes, hi. Hi Nick. Welcome. It's good to see you for the first time. I'm originally planning to have this meeting, live streaming, every week at this time. Question and answers and talking with you. But it should be a tradition, a weekly tradition. But recently I had a concert tour, so I had concerts every Thursday, and I couldn't. Next week I will be here, but then in 2 weeks again I have concerts, so I can't do it. But hopefully these concerts will stop for some time, and then I will be with you every week to answer your questions and talk about music and piano. Hi Sebastian, are you going to be in Prague? Yes, I am actually working on it now. I'm preparing it. I played many times. I will play it in November many times, in Prague in December, and also in 2025. This is one of my favorite pieces of Chopin. I will also talk a little bit about it in Prague, explaining. That is a very complicated thing, and to answer your question, I think you should just watch my analysis of this Polonaise-Fantaisie if you haven't yet, because I try to explain. Chopin himself didn't know how to call this piece. He didn't know what he's composing. He was not sure how he will call it, what title he will make. So if we have these problems, just we should know that he also had the same problem when he was composing it. This is simply a very touching piece that comes straight from his heart, a kind of improvisation that he didn't know how to call. Amy, thanks for this. It is my favorite piece of music that maybe if you watched it, you know that I was writing my master's dissertation about it, analyzing it deeply many times and playing it all my life, so I just really love it. Hi, in London, yes, and this is one of my goals actually, maybe even for 2025. There is something in London that really makes me want to finally go there and play there. Maybe you don't know, guys, but I was deeply fascinated and deeply in love with Britain when I was a teenager. I loved everything about it, especially that it was an island away from Europe. So I bought many books about history. I read the history about Great Britain and all the kings, all the things I knew. I remember, and I was learning the language. I was simply fascinated very, very much for many, many years. Now it's not that much anymore like it used to be. Because I discovered the whole world, so I started to be fascinated by many other countries that I visited also myself. So it's a shame that I don't play there, and I think I should change it finally. So I hope I will start playing in the UK as well, to see what's the public there like. Okay, Nick, quick tip how to keep your wrist relaxed and from hurting when playing octaves in Chopin's third scherzo. Yes, sure. When you have just play 3 of them. Play 3 of them and then stop. You can go down with your hands and then down, down, down. Try to use it a lot first, just for practicing, so that you feel that it's moving here. And here it should be loose and relaxed. Ocean, you mean this? Well, yes. I'm not here to play the piano, guys, sorry. So if you are here waiting for me to play something, it will not happen anymore on this live. I'm just talking to you until 9 p.m., which is in about 20 minutes. Then I move to Facebook. That's a question and answer thing. But maybe I will sometimes make a live also playing piano, if you are interested in that. But there is also a lot of videos on YouTube by me. Okay, so which piece should I learn? The Nocturne Opus 15 number 2 or the Etude Opus 25 number 2? The Nocturne. Definitely the Nocturne. Antonio Visioli, buonasera. Buonasera, Antonio. Italy. Nice. I'm scrolling up some of your messages so that I don't miss. Oh yeah, so you asked this question twice. Awaken without coffee. Hello, and good luck with etudes. Yeah, it's also before me. I will probably need to record them as well for my project, so I'm going to practice them as well, maybe starting from December. I can't believe, guys, but have you seen the comment of Frédéric Chopin, who is here tonight with us? Hello, Chopin, Mr. Chopin. It's good that you are here with us. I'm so happy, Cartoon, that my video helped you with Polonaise. Aleksander Kuc, witam serdecznie. Wszystkich Polaków witam, jeśli jeszcze tu jesteście. Ja też kocham Barkarolę i przygotowuję ją na moje koncerty w Polsce, które będę miał też już niedługo, za 2 tygodnie rozpoczynam. Polonaise military. Yes, sure. The most important advice that I can give you and tip is that play it the Polish way. So all the dotted rhythm is not literally. It is like in the Polonaise you should make a little bit longer the long note, pam, pa pam, and then a little bit shorter the short note, pam, pa pam, ta 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 tam, pa pam. Hi Vicia, if you are from Poland, you should come at 9 p.m. to my Facebook to also watch me and ask that question. Scherzo number 2, you said. Absolutely. Start from the end. First, learn the last 2 pages. Practice each hand separately, and then spend a lot of time for the ending, because the ending is actually the most important. Concerto in G Adagio, Ravel. You mean Adagio? Sure. Try to be as poetic as possible, and just don't try to follow the orchestra, but just be yourself. You mean Inquisitive? You mean the Polonaise? There are some recordings of me on YouTube, so I think you can listen to them. That's how it. Dobry wieczór, panie Januszu. Bardzo jest mi miło widzieć pana tutaj. Niestety nigdy w Nohant nie byłem i to jest takie miejsce, które jest dla mnie owiane tajemnicą i znam je tylko i wyłącznie z literatury. Jest mi z tego powodu bardzo smutno i kiedyś w końcu muszę się tam wybrać. Pisałem kilkukrotnie tam oferty, ale pozostały one bez odpowiedzi. Chopin podcast, what do you mean? Can you please say what do you mean? After Opus 27 number 1, I strongly recommend to play Opus 27 number 2, because they are both like brother and sister, and you should play them both. That's my opinion. What is the piece which you hated first but you learned to love? Rondo Opus 16. This, you know. Yes, when I heard it first time, I just didn't know what's going on. There are a few pieces like this, actually. The pieces that probably I've heard wrong interpretation, that I was not lucky with the performer. Probably the performer didn't understand what he's playing, and then I also didn't understand. And when I started to play the piece myself, then I get to love it. That's usually how it is. You mean? Oh yes. You mean Gary Colson and Alan Walker? That is what you mean. Yeah, sure. Well, I kind of saw it. I've heard about it, but the thing is, guys, that I am too busy with my concerts and always either practicing or traveling or doing. I'm also managing myself in most countries, so I also have a lot of management things. I just have so much to do that I don't have time for this. Scipio Africanos, hello from Berlin. Hi Berlin. I'm playing in Germany next year. Finally. By the way, are here my German friends and fans? I have a great news for you. Hello from Iran. Nice to see you here. Anyway, in Iran I don't play yet. I don't have plans for now, but who knows. So I'm coming to Germany next year. But in September I will have my debut in Gewandhaus in Leipzig and also in Stuttgart, the city which I always wanted to visit because Chopin was there as well, having very difficult time. So I play in Liederhalle in Stuttgart. Okay, yes, I can't answer all your questions because there are a lot of them, but I hope I will try. I will try to scroll down. Witam serdecznie, Spiegel. Bardzo mi miło, ale zapraszam o 9:00 na Facebook. Nawet jeśli nie masz tego Facebooka, można po prostu bez logowania się zobaczyć, bo ja tam mam, tylko wtedy nie można pisać niestety, nie? Ale ja tutaj głównie mówię po angielsku, natomiast na Facebooku w 90% staram się mówić po polsku. I am very impressed that 17 years old and playing Scherzo No. 2. Absolutely. Congratulations. Tips for ballad number 1. The first climax, you mean? Oh. Don't play too fast and sing. Always sing. Every note should sing. If you sing and express every note, then it sounds much better. Rachmaninoff Prelude, yes. Opus 3, number 2. Relaxing hand. I think in this prelude the best would be to play it extremely slowly. Like learn how to play. Now be careful. One note each second. So one note every second. Without the score, and practice like this for a few days and breathe. First of all, it's difficult for memory. Of course, you will have to check if you know it, but then breathing and playing it so slowly will relax your hand. Okay, I'm scrolling up to which prelude and fugues from Bach did you play, and have you some tips for fugues? I played a lot of them. My tip for every fugue is learn each voice separately. And yes, don't look at me like I'm crazy. All the best Bach interpreters, including Andras Schiff, Chung Mo Kang, and many others, will tell you the same thing. You have to know each voice separately, actually from the beginning to the end. And then it is all here. And you begin to understand Bach. And that is really very special. So it takes some time, but I strongly recommend. And by the way, Scipio Africanus from Berlin, I just told you that I'm going to Germany, but I never answered your question. How to practice improvisation? Well, just sit and play whatever you want. Just start to play. 2 notes you play, and then try to make something. depending on how you feel. But I am not, actually, I'm a very good teacher when it comes to piano, but I'm not very good teacher about improvisation, because improvisation comes straight from us. So you just have to let it go. Coda of the Scherzo number 1. Yes, I have just played it 8 times in Norway on concert. Yes, absolutely. Stop. 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 So just make grouping in your head, so that instead of 6 notes you have 6 notes as 1 note in your brain. Oh, hi Pel. That's a good question, but my answer will probably disappoint you. But just you wait, I will answer Yosak first, and then go back to you. I will soon do Allegro de Concert. I will soon have a little bit more time. Now I'm finishing my concert year, so I plan to start in December and polish it, and then definitely next year I can promise you that there will be an analysis and probably also my recording of this masterpiece, which I love with all my heart. RNZ, sight reading, there is no shortcut. You just have to sight read every day for 30 minutes. Start from children pieces, very, very small. Even if you cannot start one hand alone, then left hand, but every day. It's like with working out, you know. When you start doing push-ups, like when I started seriously working out about half a year ago, and when I started push-ups, I only could do 5. Now I can do 30, and it's still growing. And the same is with sight reading. So every day. Anyway, going back to period pianos, I don't like them. I'm sorry to say, but I played on some of them. It is a very interesting thing for in the museum. Of course, to feel how composers felt, what they heard. It is important, but it's not so important, like, in my opinion, like the world is trying to tell us. And I tell you why. And now this is very important. So I will stay with this question for a while. We talk about period pianos. It's because all the best composers in the world, the geniuses, they didn't compose piano music for their pianos. They were not like this. What they did is they had the music inside themselves, and they heard it first as an ideal image, beautiful and unbelievable, and then they wrote it, but they didn't hear it in their pianos. They tried to make the most of what they had, but the piano was a boundary. It was it made a lot of problems. So the music of the geniuses sounds best when we just look at the score, if you can read, and you hear it inside yourself with everything they wrote, including the dynamic, the tempo marking, everything. Then you hear how beautiful it is. And then you try to play it, and I'm sorry to say, but you can't compare Steinway D with a period piano. You can't compare the length of the sound. Even the possibilities of shading, different gradation of the dynamic. If you have a sensitive finger, in Pleyel you can do from 0 to 20, for example. Then there is a maximum. But in Steinway you can do from 0 to 100 and everything between. And the worst thing in period pianos is that they sound like they are always constantly out of tune, because they get out of tune very fast. So I am against that. I am against of playing of the competition on period pianos. I think it's a mistake. It should not be. And concerts on period pianos, of course they can be, in my opinion, but only in the museums. Don't put the period pianos to concert halls. Sorry to be so strict, but that's simply my opinion. finished with this topic. I get a little bit even excited when I talk about it. Of course, of course, everybody. Beethoven already was. He wanted to have a Stein with E. Chopin, of course, as well. He would be in love with our piano. You know, there is a very big difference because period pianos are the same pianos that we have, but much worse because piano improved, right? So that's how it is. I really admire Daniel Trifonov for his for his playing as well, because he has a lot of imagination. But recently I noticed that he started to play a little bit more strange. Before, when he was younger, he really respected the score, and he really and at the same time he could make a lot of from his heart. Now he starts to be a little or more original, which sometimes is against the score, but that's just my opinion. But I admire him, and especially for the repertoire that he has, which is absolutely unbelievable, and the technique as well. There are a lot of fantastic pianists, you know, in the world. Everybody is different, and they all have their audience, and there is simply not one which is number one and the best. And this is beautiful in the world. At this concert with Trifonov and Lang Lang with me, it was not a one concert. It was a series of concerts in Wiener Konzerthaus, or like a cycle of piano recitals. Yes, it did happen. It did happen. I had it was sold out. I had 3 standing ovations, and I immediately got invitation for next year, which makes me so happy. It was a huge success, guys. So you should be happy, and you can be proud of me. It was a huge success, and I'm coming back to Wiener Konzerthaus next October, and tickets are already on sale, by the way. So that is fantastic. Yeah, I have 5 more minutes. I'm sorry if I missed your questions, but I was talking a lot about these period pianos. A Chopin third piano concerto is called Allegro de Concert. That's what I know about it. So I don't know what Lang Lang and Trifonov think about me. I don't know that. But I hope nothing bad. Anyway, ballad number 3. Ballad number 3. Please watch my analysis. I think it's fantastic because I discovered something very special in ballad number 3. So maybe that will be your answer. Yes, I met them. Yes, but actually very briefly. Then not so much time. How do you show emotions in a difficult piece like the etudes? Hi, Rede. Are you still here? Hopefully, I'm reading your question now. Like the etudes of Chopin are released without letting the technical demands overshadow the musical expression. Yes, well, that's a very difficult topic. I think maybe I shall answer it next week for a longer time. But I have to tell you that you have to practice fast and demanding technical pieces in a slow tempo a lot, like nocturnes, and play them very beautifully, the best, your best version, how you feel it. Do it like this for many weeks, and then speed up without losing it. And the best advice I can give is never play faster than you can and faster than you can think, because then you forget about the emotions and you start to focus entirely on the technique. That is my opinion. Some Chopin's music feel like he has held back on technique and feel a bit. It probably was, but Chopin was always focused on creating pieces of art and not showing off, because he was not a concert pianist. That's my answer. It's the difference between the philosophy of writing of Chopin than many other composers who were playing in the concerts. Yes. So guys, I have to leave you now. If I didn't answer some of questions, I'm really sorry, but it's a lot of them. And Vicha, Liszt Transcendental Etude number 10. Which is this? What is the name? Can you remind me? Then I don't know them by numbers. I know them by titles. Yosak, it is possible to perform all Chopin mazurkas in one go, absolutely, but it's very demanding. Appassionata, okay, Appassionata. Well, yeah, I know. Well, it is okay, but I think if it's your first one, maybe it can be. I prefer Ammonir de Soir. I played also Mazeppa, which is crazy. But, technique to play octaves in heroic Polonaise. Yes, of course, you have to go down with your hand. Down. 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 And I tell you what, practice like this for 1 hour with a clock. The next day, maybe 30 minutes. The next day, maybe 20 minutes with going down. After a few days, you will have no problems anymore. Bye-bye, guys. I have to switch to Facebook now. I go to my Facebook fan page for my Polish fans, mostly. So if I see any of you there, I will also speak some English. Bye-bye, and see you next week at this time, the same time. Bye-bye.